Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Hazel and Mia Podcast. We're so happy that you could join us. We're a little bit cooler today. Last week, it was absolutely miserable. There was nothing we could do to cool down. The fans, the ice water, air conditioning. Well, air conditioning is not really a thing here in Germany, but we did the very best we could. And we know that the temperatures are soaring in the Western world, and we feel for you. We truly feel for you. I have to say that I know that they have dealt with temperatures somewhat like this in the past. This has never been the case in Europe. France had an awful time last week. There were so many deaths there, and we want to send out our condolences to France and the other countries that suffered terribly. We are expecting this to hit us again next week. And so I am buying the cooling pillows to make it easier to sleep at night. I'm hoping that we don't wake up in a puddle of water. Every little bit helps.
Well, over here, hadn't seen temperatures like that since 1976.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, whew.
Well, I mean, I've only been in Germany since 2015, and I have to say that it has been, the summers have gradually been getting warmer since that period of time.
Yeah.
And
yeah. But
literally, people thought it was just unbearable when it was 80 degrees outside.
Yeah.
So you can literally imagine how it's.
I've noticed, now I don't know if the viewers have noticed this as well, how summers are coming later. Because if you think when we were younger, our summers would come around about March, April time.
Yes.
Now they're not really coming till July, but then they last until October.
That is true. I have to say that this year, I think we started to see summer temperatures in April. And that was completely abnormal because normally we didn't have summer temperatures until August. And by mid-September, we were starting to feel the fall temperatures.
Yeah.
So you're right. It is lasting longer, and it can possibly be because we know that all of the things that mankind has done in the past, like burning coal and oil and natural gas and cutting down all of the trees to build homes, all of that has led up to the problems that we're having now. And then on top of that, global warming has just made it so much worse. So it's like we did this to ourselves. So we have to figure out ways to get ourselves out of these problems.
Yeah.
You know, I talked to a lot of people this past week because on top of the heat waves that we're dealing with, we recognize that like the economic issues that we're dealing with are not making us feel better. We're so stressed out over these things. And now our children are out of school. So we have to worry about all of the things that we have to take care of for them. And this just totally stresses adults out.
Yeah.
I mean, the world is going crazy around us, and the heat doesn't make it any better.
And I think the heat
yes,
makes the situation 10 times worse.
absolutely, because I mean, if you imagine that a normal situation where your child goes outside and hurts themselves, and you're already upset because you don't want to see your child hurt. And then on top of that, you're uncomfortable, you're hot, and it doesn't help you think straight.
No.
When the sun is beating down on you and there's no easy remedy to just to cool your body down and deal with the situation calmly. Heat does not help you deal with situations calmly, for sure.
No, because it don't just raise everything around you, it also raises our blood pressure.
Absolutely. And our health is very important for us to maintain at this time.
Yes.
Your physical health and your mental health.
Yeah. Definitely.
And knowing that is part of the solution. Knowing that, first of all, okay, my kids are going to be home for the summer, or I have to get my kids into summer camp so that I can work. And how are they going to fare at a summer camp when the temperatures are so hot? Of course, camp volunteers and teachers and parents who are stay-at-home parents should recognize that your children need activities.
Yeah.
And the best time of the day to do outside activities is in the morning when the heat has not reached its full potential. So if you can get them to do things like go out for a swim in the pool, nice refreshing swim in the pool, and then bring them in the house no later than 10, 11 o'clock in the morning to do inside activities, have lunch. That usually helps them to take a nap during the day if they're a young age, or middle school children will feel good about sitting down and watching a movie, especially if you make it a little special by turning off all the lights and having ice cream in front of the movie. Just keeping things cool for the children.
And that's the thing to remember as well, guys. Keep your curtains closed, because then the heat can't glare at the window, which then, if you keep your curtains closed, that heat will bounce back out. So you could even call it a cinema session.
And all of that just takes the attention away from how hot it is.
Yeah.
To helping you calm down and deal with the situation, or the teachers in the camps deal well with the situation. Because we know that when your temperature rises on the outside, it's hard to keep your temperature down on the inside.
Our schools actually closed earlier.
Really?
Yeah. Our schools were closing at 1 o'clock.
Well, the funny thing is that one of the reasons why in the States they had the summer breaks from June to September was because those were the hottest months, and they didn't want to have to pay for the air conditioning.
Yeah.
To keep the children comfortable. So
Over here, air conditioning is not even thought about because we've never needed it. So in the schools, all they've got is like radiators on the wall. So they've never had any type of air conditioning because it's never been needed.
And that's the same thing with here in Germany. I mean, even in the wintertime, they have their windows open so they can get fresh air.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's cold air. They really like the fresh air coming into the home. And I thought, why would you let the heat out? It's so cold here. But after living here for a long period of time, I understood what they meant by having the fresh air come into the house and clean the house, get rid of germs that are building up in the house. Yeah. And they rarely had colds or viruses until COVID came through. And that wasn't necessarily an issue brought on by Germany itself or by windows being open. But I mean, it was just such a contrast to how things went in the States.
Yeah.
Now, I know that with the temperatures going above 100 degrees Fahrenheit, that's like 40 degrees Celsius here, you're not just uncomfortable, but this can be dangerous for people because heat exhaustion and heat stroke become real risks. And that's what happened in France.
Yeah.
And so older adults, younger children, people who are working outside, and especially people who already have health conditions, this is very dangerous for them. And so it's important that those people or their caregivers make sure that they do everything that they can to help them stay comfortable.
And can I just say one thing? A dog have never died from needing a pee. So you don't have to walk your dogs in that heat. Because if it burns our feet, imagine what it's doing to their paws. And they've got thick fur coats on as well.
Yes. I'm so glad you brought that up. Our poor little dog, he was just miserable. And we literally took him to the dog beach every day. And he would be so excited because he knew where he was going. And when he got out of the car, he made a beeline for the water and he would just go out and swim. He usually had the beach to himself.
Yeah.
And so when it was time for us to bring him back on the shore, he was like, no, I'm not coming. I'm not finished yet. So we really had to coax him out of the water with treats. I would usually go into the water to get him, but my husband was like, no, I'm going to use a treat to get him out because we'd get back in the air conditioning and it would make him feel so much better. But of course, when he got out and he was on the beach, then he wanted to roll in the sand.
Yeah.
So he had his little beach towel and everything ready for him. Now he knows his routine and he likes to play in the water. And then he lets us know, okay, I'm ready to go now. Today was a nice day. We had a beautiful breeze on the water. And we noticed that the ducks were back at the lake. So the animals really do suffer a lot during this heat as well. And we have to give them great consideration. I just want to give a shout out also to the public health groups that really do go around to make sure that the elderly people are staying hydrated, finding shade. The children especially are given a lot of rest breaks. So, you know, this is difficult for them as well.
Yeah.
Especially here.
Yeah.
And for the children for the stay-at-home moms who are now all day long with their lovely children. Remember that children get restless, and with the heat the way it is, it's very easy for adults to lose their tempers.
Yeah.
So it's going to take a lot of balance for families to try and help the children deal with this. And the important thing to remember is your kids are going to mimic what they see you doing.
And you know what, guys? It's always worth making plans with friends. If you've got a swimming pool, invite that friend over with her children in the morning, and then lunchtime, if they've got air conditioning, say, well, can we come over to yours and have a picnic? The kids love things like picnics. You can put a little blanket down in the living room where they're going to stay cool, because kids thrive off that.
Absolutely. I was talking to my grandson this morning, and he was hanging with a bunch of his friends, and they had actually gone out and mowed someone's lawn early in the morning, which was a good thing because they recognized that early in the morning is the time to do something like that. Most of the lawnmowers are gas lawnmowers, and you're gonna be out there in the heat with burning gas.
Yeah.
So it's better to do it when it's still a little bit cool in the morning rather than waiting until the noon or the evening, because it's staying longer in the evenings.
Yeah.
The sun is still up by 7, 8 o'clock in the evening.
Yeah.
Which means the temperatures are not going down as quickly as we would like them to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are things that you can do, and parents, it will really make it easier on you if you have a plan ahead of time. Maybe on Sunday evenings, you can plan out for the week activities that you can do. You can easily check for the weather reports for the week and get an idea of what days are going to be too hot for any outdoor activities and plan accordingly. Plan an indoor picnic, throw a blanket on the ground and have your vegetables and fruits for the children to snack on. It makes it so much more fun.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets to participate in the cleanup.
And even if you're worried about your children playing outside in the morning when the sun is, because it's up and it's out, put out some bed sheets over chairs, make them a den to play in so that they've got a little house that they can make their own. It's things like that that they remember.
Absolutely. I used to love the tire swings when I was a child, because you had those big oak trees that could hold so much weight, and the shade was wonderful. It helped lower the temperature in those spots. And we had fun pushing each other in the tire swing. And the number of games.
That's the thing, you can have, you can have fun even when it's sunny before lunchtime. Like, even if you got a gazebo, just bring it up onto the first level rather than putting it all the way up, because it's close to the ground then, so it's still going to be shaded.
Yes.
There's always ways to do things.
And don't forget to go to the library. The library is often air conditioned, and they often have activities for children of all ages.
Yeah.
And this is definitely a period where reading will be a great activity for the children, keeping their minds going.
And you can even say to them, make it a fun activity. Should we all go and get different books and then tell each other stories about what's happened in that book that you've read? So you have like a little book club.
That's if now that will work for if you have one child or 5 children. Because if you only have one child, invite the neighborhood children to join the book club.
Yeah. And
And
even if you're a young child that can't read, pictures speak 1,000 words in imagination.
and even learning how having a picture book
Yeah.
for a young child and have them explain what is going on in the picture. It's a great way to teach them how to read.
Yeah.
And including them in all of the activities that are going on.
But you could do that, with any age children with a picture book.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else would decipher those pictures in a different way. So you could even go round the circle asking everybody to look at a different page to make up your own stories.
That was always a big hit in our house, making up our own stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the thing is that you want to make this a memorable summer, not because of the heat index outside, but because how you enjoyed finding ways to keep cool.
Yeah. And
So,
and don't forget, if you haven't got a pool, somebody in the neighbourhood will. And it's about compromising. It's about compromising and helping each other out.
absolutely. And I will tell you that we didn't have a pool when we were growing up, but using that water hose to have water battles,
Yeah.
we never knew what temperature it was outside because we were having so much fun entertaining ourselves that the temperatures didn't bother us.
Yeah.
Now, we were fortunate that we didn't have temperatures as high as this, but there are so many ways that you can turn the attention away from the heat to focus on having fun and also maintaining your health.
Yeah. But one warning I really need to give, guys. If the wind is up, still check the UV index for that day. Because even when the wind is up, it can be warm, but you're not realizing that you're going to burn in the sun. So that's an important thing to keep a close eye on.
We really just want to let you know that we feel your pain and we are here to help you get through it as much as we possibly can. If you want to reach out to us and ask us for more ideas, we'd love to help you out in any way we possibly can.
Yeah.
So this has been a great episode, I think. I've cooled down at least 5 degrees since I've been sitting here talking with you. Oh, and another thing that I want to mention is last week, Hazel's Wi-Fi went out, or WLAN went out because of the heat. And this was happening all over Europe. So, those things may also get affected, but we've given you.
This is how you're not able to cope with this weather. The tires on the roads were melting. Street lights didn't work. Power outages. It was like winter.
Well, you're right. I mean, we have streetcars here, and the tracks from the streetcars melted, so the streetcars had to shut down.
Yeah.
And the asphalt was melting in the parking lots.
Yeah.
So, yes, all of these things, I mean, global warming is definitely adding to the problems that may have already been there, but we can get through this.
Of course we can. And you know a way to cool down, guys? A real quick way? A bowl of cold water and stick your feet in.
Oh, yes.
Because then it's coming from the bottom up.
Great idea.
If you think about it, we always put hats on children to keep the heat in.
Yes.
So coming from the bottom up, you're letting it go out.
I will tell you that I was taking 3 or 4 showers a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just to deal with the heat. And that was partially because the fans just weren't cooling us down enough. Now, our dog has learned that he sleeps really well in front of the fan. And so when we get up and we leave the room, we normally turn the fan off. And he looked at me this morning like, really? I'm still sleeping. So I turned the fan back on for him because bless his little heart. That's it. He has so much personality. He lets us know exactly what he needs.
Well, our dog have got an 8-foot swimming pool in the garden. And about 7 o'clock this morning, he was having a dip in there. And it's because they got these big, thick fur coats on.
Yes.
And we wouldn't be able to cope with them.
Exactly.
So
I am happy with my short sleeve thin t-shirts or my tank tops.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't take off too much more before I would get arrested. So, you know, they figure out what they can do to bring their body temperatures down.
Yeah. Definitely.
We really hope that this has been helpful to you all. And we will be back again. Please give us a like and send us a comment and let us know how you're dealing with the heat. If you have any additional ideas, and because we love to hear it. The temperatures are going to go up next week, and we're going to have a very hot July, we're hearing. So any ideas that you can send our way, we will really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Bye.